Uvalde Radio, your concert station. Aaron Watson, can you believe it's almost 5 years old, man? Kiss That Girl Goodbye off the Red Bandana album. And we're just doing our Aaron Watson kind of a mini concert warm-up to get you primed up, pumped up, ready for the show. Tomorrow, Friday night, House Pasture, Concan, Texas, right off the Frio River. Get those tickets right now at housepasture.com. And to get us even more stoked about the concert, on the phone with me right now, Mr. Aaron Watson.
Hey, thanks for having me, brother.
Man, it's so cool to talk to you. It's been a minute. Actually, I shook your hand very briefly at one of the recent Texas Country Music Awards, and I appreciate you always taking a moment for a quick photo and a handshake.
Oh, absolutely, man. Thank you for all y'all do for me. And, man, it's been a while since we've been in Concan. I'm excited to be back. Man, we're bringing quite the show with us this time for you guys. We've got... the Cowboys and the Cowgirls are coming to town. It's me and Jared Morris and Miss Jenna Paulette.
Man.
Also, my oldest boy, Jake, he's gonna be on stage. I'm gonna make him make a truck payment. I'm gonna put him to work.
I was going to talk to you all about that. Jake, your son, he's one of your guitar players now, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got the whole show down. I mean, Jake's just a great player, and I mean it's just a matter of time before Jake starts putting out his own music. But right now he's working for the old man right now.
The old man said. I tell you what.
Yeah, but man, it's so fun. It's such an enjoyable thing for me to have. Anytime I have my kids out with me, my job just turns into a vacation.
Well, yeah, I mean, Father's Day is around the corner. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Now, tell me, as far as Jake goes, I'm sure that this has been years in the making. Tell me, from the time he was small, when did you know that this was going to be a path? And what has that training been like for him up to this point?
Well, the boy the moment he was born, he came home and was surrounded by instruments. Uh-huh. So, between country music and baseball, I mean, he didn't have much of a choice when it comes to me, It was that's just something that's always around. And, I mean, when he was little, he was already playing the guitar, and I was like, oh, wow, you're 5, and you already know guitar chords, And so, and he plays the drums, and he can bang around on the piano some, and so he just loves it. And so it's like Jake loves it. My youngest, Jolie, she's the same way. And then my middle boy, Jack, he's quite the entrepreneur. So he's into working, and he's got 2 little businesses. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether it's music or whether it's my middle boy Jack wants to buy some vending machines, so he and I are going to be making a trip up to Dallas to look at vending machines. Wow. Whatever my kids are into, I'm also into. So it's I love seeing them become who they are, and so. But we're going to have Jake there for sure on Friday, and he's going to get up there and play that guitar. It's going to be a fun show for the entire family. You can have a rowdy good time and still keep it clean.
That's right.
So it's the mamas. Maybe the mamas don't want the kids there. Maybe the mamas are like, heck no, I've been dealing with these kids all week. I'm getting a babysitter. But if you can't find a babysitter, you can bring the whole family out, and we're gonna honky tonk and then hang out afterwards. So it'd be a good weekend to kind of kick off the early summer festivities. Concan's just great.
Well, you know what? I mean, like we're talking about the kids, I think that, a person's kids, their children are the greatest testament. I mean, it's the greatest example of who you are as a person. Everybody knows, anybody in the industry knows that Aaron Watson is a hardworking man. You put 110% into everything you do, and it's absolutely coming into fruition and being displayed now for everybody to see in that next generation of Watsons. So congratulations, man.
Well, thank you, bro. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I'm blessed. I tell you what, I'm blessed. God has blessed me with 3 amazing kids, and I enjoy. I think being their dad is my favorite thing. There's nothing better than that.
Well, we got Aaron Watson on the phone. The show is tomorrow night, House Pasture, Concan. It'll be the first time Aaron's been back in Uvalde County for a minute. Now, Aaron, the tour is called the Armadillo Dance Hall Tour. Is there a special meaning behind that? Because I'm afraid I don't know it if it is.
You know, there was an old legendary dance hall called the Armadillo Dance Hall back in like the 70s or whatever. But what was funny is we were needing a name for the tour. We're kind of in between our albums right now. You know, we've got an album called Horse Named Texas that we've been working on. And we needed but you know, we're going on tour. We're always on tour, but we needed a new vibe. And I was like, you know, my mom had drawn this artwork for this armadillo for me, and I was like, you want to know what? I mean, we're taking Texas music everywhere we go, and so, you know, it's like it doesn't matter where we go, we're playing Texas music. So I thought, you know, I kind of like the ring of the Armadillo Dance Hall tour, and just there was something about it. So, you know, it's just kind of a fun little theme for the tour we're on right now. Anything you want to hear, we're going to play it.
It's a lot of fun to say, and like you said, you know, it's a great opportunity to kind of rebrand some merch and do some fun stuff. Now, speaking of, you know, armadillos and T-shirts and designs, it's cool that your mom would be a part of, you know, any of that graphic design or inspiration. But I mean, you get your products out there, man. Aaron, that must be like another full-time job, just cranking out all those graphic artworks, all those, you know, koozies and tumblers and T-shirts and hats. You stay busy.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy that side of it. I'm kind of behind on it right now. I've got a phone call with one of the guys that helps me coming up a little later today. But it's always fun coming up with new ideas. You know, that's kind of the part of it. You know, while I talk about the music with Jake and my youngest Jolie, you know, Jack, he really, the middle one really enjoys hearing about all the business stuff. So, you know, the music is fun, the business is fun. It is. Country music is the family business, so I enjoy it. And that's why, you know, it's like when I get on stage on Friday, you know, we're going to get up there and we're going to give everybody their money's worth. We're going to hang out afterwards. You know, it's all about the fans, the customers.
Well, we're looking forward to having you back around town. You mentioned your daughter, Jolie, if I'm not mistaken. Jolie is very much the inspiration for your latest full record, Cover Girl. And I know you've told the story before, but you've got a whole album full of songs, covers of really inspirational, influential female country artists. Go ahead and tell our listeners a little bit about that in case they missed the information.
Oh, yeah. It was just a fun little side project, kind of like a school project where, you know, I mean, I was just talking to Jolie about different female artists, different female singer-songwriters who have influenced my career. And, it's just, you know, music's supposed to be fun. So I just thought it would be a cool way to, you know, share some of my influences with my daughter, but at the same time, duet songs with a bunch of these female artists that are out there working hard.
I think a lot of parents put together a Spotify playlist or like a mixtape for their kids, you know, to give them anybody that's, you know, passionate about music kind of does that thing. But man, I'll tell you what, man, you leveled it up when you can record a record, you know what I mean, with some really fantastic artists. And not only are you turning, you know, people on to the classics, the legends, the groundbreakers, but also the new names, the current names, and what a great way
absolutely
to recognize those things.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so it's a great record all the way around. I got to talk about this. I was on your Facebook page. You recently celebrated George Strait's birthday. You posted a photo. Is that a recent one? Were you with the King here recently, or was that something else?
No, that actually kind of backfired on me.
Oh,
I was. You know how sometimes things get lost in text or translation or whatever. Mm-hmm. Everyone was like, "That is so amazing that you're hanging out with George Strait on his birthday." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I was actually telling everyone to, hey, come out to my show with Wilder Blue,
right? And
we'll celebrate George, and I'll sing you some George."
Hey, whatever works, whatever gets them in the building, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, God, I hope people don't think George is actually hanging out at my show for his birthday. I'm like, oh, it was kind of funny. It was fun.
As I recall, I think you told me a story about meeting George for the first time, and you had already been doing this for a while, right? And he kind of recognized, I mean, to him, you're like you were a newbie, but you had already been doing this for a while. If you don't mind, retell that story. When was the first time you met George, or maybe I'm remembering it wrong?
Yeah, we played a deal with for the governor, the governor's ball or whatever that thing was.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of funny. I don't remember how George put it, but he said I don't know exactly what he said. Like he made some comment. He asked me how long I've been doing this, and I don't know. That was probably in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I've been doing this already for 20 years. And he was like, he goes, well, when did you start? When you were 5?
There you go.
So I was not to George to say, but it was great. He's everybody's hero.
All right, Aaron. So every time I see your Facebook, your social media, you always seem to be involved in some sort of cool charity event, helping somebody out. But I think one that's worth bringing up again is that West Texas Fire Relief concert you did with the Panhandle Boys, Kevin and Randall. Give us a recap on that, because I think obviously those West Texas fires, that tragedy and that really even affected us down here. Give us a recap on how that went.
Well, it just devastated millions of acres, and just, I had friends who were affected by it, and me and Kevin and Randall were all from, the Panhandle. So it was just you can't make a dent in the whatever the guesstimated cost of those fires, was. You can't make a dent in that, but you can get people together for a night of music and try to raise a little bit of money and raise some awareness and just give hugs. So it was a special night, and it was fun to get to do that with Randall and Kevin.
I mean, what a fantastic event. $61,000 raised, if I'm not mistaken. And how exactly, where do those funds go, if you're aware?
They're going to go, those funds are going to go towards the first responders.
Nice.
There were some first responders that were injured, going towards helping them out. There's a lot of volunteer fire departments that need help. That's where we chose to send the money.
Well, man, thank you so much for doing what you do, and when these things happen, it's people like you, Randall and Kevin, that step up. You know what I mean, and lend their voices, their talents, your influence to make great things happen. So we appreciate that.
I appreciate you. We're excited to come see y'all on Friday in Concan, dude. It's gonna be a fun night. You guys are going to love Jared Morris. You're going to love Jenna Paulette. And it's going to be a beautiful night, and we're going to have a ton of fun.
Are you going to let Jake wail on a solo or do any shredding up there?
Of course he is. He's going to have to make a truck payment. He's going to have to earn his money.
I see him on Facebook washing buses and everything. You got him working hard.
Yeah, I work those boys pretty good. No free rides around here.
Yeah, that's right. That's the way we raise them. Well, Aaron, you mentioned this quickly. Just real quick, last question, because you did tease on this. You got a new record coming out. I've read in a couple of places that you're real excited, saying maybe this might be one of the best ones you've ever done. Give us a quick snapshot on what to expect when the new record does come out.
Well, there's a bunch of songs. We've been working on this record on and off for 2 years, and we're still making the final tweaks on it. But it's definitely. I'm excited about the next phase of my career, and we have lots of big plans for this record and the record following it. I mean, the fans have supported me for a long time, and we want to keep putting out country music for them. So we're excited. There'll be a new single coming out at the end of the summer.
Nice. And when can we expect? Is there a hard set ETA, a date, or is that still to be worked out?
No, I don't even have any idea yet. I don't even know what the cover looks like.
All right. Hey, as long as we know it's coming, we take you at your word. That's awesome. Again, Aaron Watson, thank you so much for your time, sir. I know you got to get back, and we will see you tomorrow, Friday night, House Pasture, Concan, Uvalde County. We're so stoked to see you out there, okay?
All right. Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me.
All right. Let's go ahead and do something off that Cover Girl album. It's called 7 Year Ache. This is Aaron Watson on your concert station, Uvalde Radio. Thank you, sir, and God bless.
Hey, thank you, brother.